I first came up here to Mull in 1991, and I remember it well. I'd taken 2 weeks leave from my job in the RSPB in Wales to come up here to help warden what was at that time one of the rarest breeding birds in the whole of the UK. And what was that bird I came up here to warden? It was the magnificent white-tailed eagle. Since 1985, the population of white-tailed eagles here on Mull has increased from one nest site to an incredible 22 pairs. In addition, there are around 30 active golden eagle territories, and this is why Mull is famously known as Eagle Island. But it's not just eagles that have kept me coming back to Mull. The wildlife here is rich and diverse, and the views you can get of some of Britain's most iconic animals are truly spectacular. Fantastic thing about Mull is that you can bump into otters literally anywhere along the coast here. This has got to be one of the best places in the whole of Britain to see these fantastic animals. When you get this close to them, oh, it's a real red letter day. I've seen otters here every time I've been to Mull, but I've never seen one that was quite so relaxed before. It just shows every time you come here, you'll see something new. As well as being one of my favourite places in Britain to watch wildlife, the landscapes themselves here on Mull are breathtaking. Just look at this place, it's a real Mull speciality. It's a temperate rainforest, a western hazel woodland. I'd never even heard of them before I came over to Mull. It's very wet here, of course, and very clean air, and that means that this whole area is festooned with mosses and ferns and lichens and liverworts, and also some very strange fungi. This is called the hazel glove fungus. It looks like brown fingers growing out of the tree. Now, it's incredibly rare, only found in 16 sites in Scotland, and first discovered here in Mull in 1975. But the coolest fungus, I think, in the whole wood here is this one. Now, the branch looks as if it's been tied against the tree itself, but it hasn't. It's being held in place by a special fungus called a glue fungus. You can just about make it out here, and it holds it really firmly in place. And the more you look around here, the more you find. It's an amazing thing. Mull has lots of mountains as well as woodlands and at least 30 freshwater lochs and 6 sea lochs. The combination of freshwater and sea lochs in close proximity is unusual and encourages a great variety of wildlife. But I have something of an obsession with hen harriers. So anytime I have up here on Mull, I find a spot like this, I sit down quietly and I watch the harriers hunting the ghostly white-grey male or the brown female going back and forth over this rough grassland. And harriers do really well here, partly because they've got plenty of hunting areas and nesting areas like this, but partly because they're not persecuted here. So if you do have a moment on Mull, take time, sit down and watch a hunting harrier. There's nothing better. Three decades have passed now since I first set foot on Mull, and it's one of those islands that's big enough to always hold a few surprises, but small enough for you to get to know quite intimately. And it's got an incredible variety here of habitats, of scenery and of wildlife, of course. And I guarantee you this, won't be long before I'm back again.